always, we will start in the room here with assembled media. The mic will make its way around. If you have a question on Zoom, please go ahead and hit that raise hand function button for us. We'll start with Jeremiah Oshan in the front row, followed by Nico Moreno.
Well, congratulations on the win, Brian. What do you think you can take from this game into Game 3?
4 goals. I mean, the objective was to score the first goal or 1 goal against them, because they've kind of, made it a storyline. You guys have made it a storyline that we couldn't score against teams that have packed it in. So that monkey off our back. Certainly, the intensity in which we came out, and not just the intensity because it's a home game, but I think the intensity in our intent to try and score goals, Jeremiah, is probably the biggest takeaway. Because we had guys flying forward. 2 of the assists, Christian, who, certainly is a holding midfielder. He was down on the right wing channel like he used to be, like, the good old days, and getting a couple assists there. Jesus getting his head on a diving header that drops to Jordan, and he's in the box again for Masowski's goal. I mean, there was a lot of intent for us to score goals. Obed's shot, the kid got 2 goals, but his shot at the end of the half after we gave up 2 shitty goals, there's the intent to try and score and play exciting, attacking soccer.
And I guess the follow-up is, do you feel like you can take some of that onto the road?
For sure. You'll do the debrief, but our stats are very similar to the first game. 1.98 expected goals, 60-40 possession. Those are probably pretty good stats compared to the game we lost in PKs.
Nico, go ahead.
Brian, the most remarkable thing that I can think of this game is, giving up 2 goals late in that first half, and then for the team to come out with the composure that they did in the second, and get back into the flow of things and then close the game out. I'm curious of what the messaging was in the locker room, and how'd you handle that end of that first half and then changing things up for the second.
Kalmate, we knew we gave them 2 goals. We're winning 3-0. Yaimar's not going to make that same mistake. Bed's sloppy pass, Jordan's giveaway. We're not going to make those mistakes all the time. I told him the silver lining was I knew we weren't going to make 1 mistake like that again. So, at the end of the day, this team, this stat's out there. Our roster has the most playoff minutes experience in MLS.
We'll fact check that.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay, other questions on this side of the room? No. Okay, we'll come around to this side. George, over to you. Reminder, if you're on Zoom, please go ahead and hit that raise hand function button for us. Diego, I see you. Go ahead, George.
Coach, first of all, congratulations for putting in Danny Masowski. He scored the goal, so that's on you. My question is related to Andrew Thomas. We saw him warming up, Tommy Dutra talking to him. Was that like a contingency plan if it ended up being 3-3 where Andrew Thomas was going to come in?
We won 4-2. You guys can talk about it again and more often and as much as you want. I will make decisions based on what I feel, how the game is going. We didn't need Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas is a very talented goalkeeper, but I'm sure these guys can come up with some pretty good statistics about Stefan Fry too.
Okay, yeah, we'll go back there to Chris.
Brian, yesterday, Christian Roldan talked about wanting to get off to a fast start in the game. It seemed like it was just kind of a patience game to find that opening and find that crack and then get those opportunities and capitalize on them.
Yeah, look, Christian, you saw a motivated performance tonight from him, and a lot of times that just seeps in through the squad. There was a little delay in the first 4 minutes, and it kind of slowed us down because I thought the first couple of minutes of the game, I think we came out pretty good. We regained our composure. The first goal, obviously, from the corner kick, Obed striking it with the left foot, got the fans engaged, and then the second goal comes around the 20-something mark. I just think the whole team was really super motivated to get a good result or a positive result tonight. And I thought it was there right from the opening whistle.
All right, we'll come down to Diego and then over to Zoom questions next.
Buenas, felicitaciones por el triunfo. En 8 minutos, 2 goles. ¿Qué habría que corregir ahí para que eso no vuelva a ocurrir en el partido de definición? Y la otra pregunta, si pensaba, en caso de llegar a los penales en este partido, incluir a Thomas, y si piensa también incluirlo en el partido final, si es que se llega a la tanda de penales.
Congrats on the win today. There were 2 goals in just about 8 minutes. What do you think?
For who?
Against us.
Okay.
What do you think you will do in the next game to fix that situation? And then the next question is about Thomas. Are you? We saw him warming up. Were you planning on including him on the roster or during the game, or are you planning on including him in the next game if we get closer into the PKs?
Individual mistakes for the first 2 goals. Obviously, Minnesota was trying to drop back and play counterattack, so I guess you could credit them. I view them as individual mistakes, and I already answered the goalkeeping question.
Errores individuales en general para los 2 goles.
In English.
I'm sorry?
I answered the question in English about the goalkeeping.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
You following me?
I'm following
Okay.
you.
All right, okay.
Fueron errores individuales. Podemos atribuirle mérito a Minnesota también por el hecho de que estaba bajando la pelota hacia nuestra área para contragolpear, y eso les dio una oportunidad, pero fueron fundamentalmente errores individuales. Y la pregunta anterior ya la he contestado en inglés anteriormente.
All right, over to Zoom. Felipe Maqueda, please go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you, Alex. Coach Brian, my question is, Alex Roldan was, the substitution was due to tactical or due to an injury? And also if you can tell us something about Obed Vargas' performance tonight.
So Alex had some groin tightness. That's why we took him out of the game, but he should be fine for the next game. More precautionary. And then Obed was, again, just a very, very good performance. We talked before the game about finding moments to make an impact in the game, because a lot of times I will say, and it's more of an American football term, you have to make plays. You have to make plays in order to win. But what I learned from a very good coach was that you can look for those moments to make an impact in the game. And I think Obed certainly did that tonight. He was looking for his moments to be involved in the attack. Obviously, his defending again and his covering ground with Christian was very, very good. But it's just another strong performance from a very good young soccer player.
Nico Antun, please go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Brian. Congratulations on the victory. A bit of a two-parter. First, regarding Paul Rothrock, he came on, made an impact. Obed Vargas had a great finish, but that goal would not have happened without Paul Rothrock's effort and assist. If we could get your thoughts on his performance and his assist. And then with Ryan Kent, he was made available today, but we still haven't seen him yet. So do you expect both of them to feature a little bit more for Game 3?
Well, we'll see how the guys come out of the game. Nico, it's a good question because all of the subs, Kalani, Danny, Osaze, it was a little bit of a limited time, and certainly Paul had a large impact in the game. why we started Danny and Jesus versus Paul, and those were choices we made during the training week. How we set up for the game away from home, we'll see, because Paul's energy, his enthusiasm, and his defending was very, very good. So we'll make that decision later in the week. And Ryan Kent, look, I had him on the bench in this type of game when you're up by a goal or at the end up by a small margin. I didn't really need to use him. The choice to bring Danny on was a good one because we killed the game with good possession.
All right, we'll take follow-ups here in the room. Any on this side before we come back around to the other? Yep, go ahead.
Coach, just wanted to know a little bit about Danny Leyva and his leadership, because he hasn't played a lot, but I think he had a really good impact. He had the pass to Paul Rothrock, and I saw him commanding people on the field while he was there. So just your
Danny's
impression.
a tremendous young player. He does have leadership qualities, but again, I just answered that. He came on and did a really good job as far as holding on to the ball. You can close out the game by defending, bringing a back line of 5. I chose to bring Danny on to keep possession, and he did a great job.
Hey, Coach. So we saw it at the end of Game 1, and we see it coming out of the gates in Game 2, Danny Musovsky and Jordan Morris on the pitch together. What did you see today from those two, and their kind of dynamic together and generating opportunities?
It's very good. I mean, it's a team game, and yes, they have to play together. I don't want Jordan to play as an out-and-out winger. I need him connected to Musovsky. But I think, again, the choices that we made to start the game were good ones.
Okay, we'll go right here. We'll take one or two more.
So you talked about moments earlier and making plays in moments, and there was plenty of moments during the sort of middle part of the first half where the Loons were having trouble playing from behind. And what does it say about the team that you guys pounced on those moments and managed to score a couple goals? The first 21st minute and then the 41st minute.
Well, we had talked about, how do you break down a team at the back line of 5? And one of the ways you do that is with your defensive intensity or defensive pressure, and the ball turns over. Most goals in our sport are scored in transition. So we tried to, press higher up the field, counter press when we lost possession, and I think some of those chances came from that effort that we put into those two parts of the game.
Nico, go ahead.
On a similar note, obviously, that pressing, a lot of it comes from your front line. And, Jesus, maybe not on the ball as much as you want him to today, but, can you talk about what he did today? And Albert as well, his pressing of movement and what he did for your squad today.
Well, those guys have to do it because that's what we demand. Everybody has to pitch in defensively. Jesus is a good defender. I know that sounds kind of odd for a kid that scored 50 goals already, and he's had some contributions on the attacking side of the ball, but he has to do it. In the end of the game, I put Osaze up front, and Jordan had to go back out to the right, and Jordan chases back, and he does things. So that's just all part of it. Albert and Jesus know the drill. They have to do it.
Noah, close us out.
Congrats on the exciting win, Coach. I just wanted to hear a quick take on the best-of-3 format, and if that's exciting, or I don't know, any thoughts you had on that specifically to close us out.
It's way above my pay grade. I'm sure it was made based on certain factors at the league level. For the teams that come 1 through 4, I think it is an advantage. So I don't have any issue with it. I don't have any strong opinion either way.
Thanks all. Locker room's open. Players are ready for you when you get in there.